Here I am a day later after my hair has been like the henna treatment. Okay, so I kind of just want to talk about because this is just something that's on my radar, and I know everybody has different thoughts about like self-care, skincare, like beauty treatments, and everything. So I do henna, and I know a lot of people don't like henna. Some people love henna, some people hate henna. I think henna is great. The only thing I will always say about henna is like sometimes I'm like, yeah, maybe I need to wait a few months again before I do henna because I feel like sometimes, yes, it can make maybe more hair come out than usual. Sometimes I feel that way. But then again, it could just be, from the same thing could happen when you shampooed your hair. So I do feel like henna strengthening, but I also don't want to go crazy on henna. So I think I want to wait again before I do henna, but I do love henna. I'm not anti henna or anything. But I guess I want to talk about my thoughts on some other like beauty type products because everybody's always talking about self care beauty products. So here's one that I feel like I kind of can talk really good about now: charcoal toothpaste. Because I actually fell for the hype on that one because I thought, oh wow, like it'll whiten my teeth, they'll be so white. But to be honest with you, after 6 months, and I've used charcoal toothpaste for 6 months now. I went back to using a regular, like more natural. I actually want to find, I'm going to try to find a fluoride free toothpaste because I prefer those, to be honest with you. The one I'm using right now does have fluoride in it. I have a couple of more of the more natural in quotation marks. I like the ones that don't have all the funny ingredients in them. Like they just taste better to me now because I've kind of become accustomed to having a toothpaste that doesn't have that sweetener in it. So I've become accustomed to that. So my complaint about charcoal toothpaste is this: I don't feel like it made my teeth whiter. In fact, I felt like my teeth looked whiter when I used white toothpaste, and I kept thinking, well, maybe I just need to give it time. I need to give it time. And I'm like, no, I okay. And then some other things happened too with the charcoal toothpaste. Is I got some charcoal toothpaste on my shirt and I washed my shirt. And it took 3 times of washing my shirt for the stain to come out. My toothbrush, um, I have to scrub it off all the time with the charcoal toothpaste. If anything gets on it, it stains the toothpaste brush. Um, I have to rinse my mouth more vigorously. The only thing I thought, the only benefit I could kind of see to charcoal toothpaste is if you're kind of a lazy brusher and you don't rinse well enough. Maybe charcoal toothpaste could be for adults, like the kid, like when they give the kids those little red things to chew on, like the little tablet at the dentist's office that teaches them how to brush their teeth and get all the plaque off. The only benefit I felt like that you could get from the charcoal toothpaste is if you're like an adult who's kind of lazy about brushing your teeth, then maybe the charcoal toothpaste could motivate you to brush your teeth more thoroughly. I really am not a fan of the charcoal toothpaste because after 6 months, all it does is it stains some things. And I feel like it didn't make my teeth whiter. I feel like my teeth always look much whiter with just like the more natural white toothpaste. I use Tom's, and then there's a like Hello Fresh. Like there's a couple of like more natural. Like I think I've used the Schmidt one before. Natural. I haven't tried native yet. Like I'm curious to try native. And yes, I do spend a little bit more money to get the more natural toothpaste, but I just find that I like it because it doesn't have that sweetener in it. It's just much more pleasant. Like my mouth has become accustomed to that. Because with other toothpaste, like I went back to using more, I think, Colgate ones, like after I'd gone on my natural toothpaste journey. And it really disgusted me because it has like sweeteners in them. And I'm like, why do I need my toothpaste to be sweet? I just don't. I really don't need it sweetened, like personally. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the charcoal toothpaste, and I say that's a no. That is a no for me. So some other thoughts I have, like makeup. This is a big topic. Like people love makeup. And it's interesting too, because I've just been kind of looking at all the trends. So I guess they said like makeup was the big trend for years and years on YouTube, and now it's gone to skincare. So it evolved from makeup to skincare. And I'm like, I don't know how it went from here to here. Look, if you love wearing makeup, that's great. I just don't. I don't really love makeup. Like, I don't like to wear it. I put some BB cream on occasionally. I just put some coconut oil on my face right now. And I feel like makeup doesn't make me feel happier about myself. I don't feel more put together by putting on makeup. I've never been a makeup kind of person. Like, it was always other women that would tell me that I should wear makeup. Like, oh, it's so great. And like other women would say, yeah, you should wear makeup more. And there were times I would try to wear makeup, but I never really felt myself. Like, I used to polish my nails too. Like, that's one thing I wouldn't like be against polishing my nails, like if I bought some vegan nail polish. But the reason I stopped polishing my nails was because I think acetone smells horrible, and I don't like things that smell bad. I don't like things that are too chemical. Like, why do I want to do that more? If I was gonna like do something like that, a craft already smells bad. I don't want to put that on my nails. So, to me, I stopped polishing my nails because I don't like the way the nail polish smells or the acetone to remove it from my nails. I'm not really a super fan of like applying makeup all the time and then having to take it off. And then also too, it just goes back to well, I wore my makeup a few years before I stopped washing my face in quotation marks. Like, I wash my face. I rub it off. Like I'll sometimes splash it, but mostly just like if I feel like my face is dirty, I'll just be in the shower or when I get home, I just get a washcloth and I kind of just dab my face. Like, to me, kind of rub it off like that. Like, I don't scrub on my face because think about it. Okay, it's kind of the same idea. It's the same idea like with your hair, like your scalp. If you're over washing your hair, your scalp is overproducing because the sebum in your scalp is overproducing oil. So you're going to get that combination scalp where you're going to have dried out scalp, but also kind of oily too. It's just a weird combination. Same with your face. So if you're using a lot of face cleaners, well, this was my look. I'm not Look, a dermatologist is going to tell you different things, but then a lot of people say they don't really like the advice the dermatologist gives them anyway. So you can go to a dermatologist if that makes you feel best. I'm sure they'll give you great advice on whatever to do with your skin. But for me, like, just the best thing I've ever done with my skin was just to stop washing with like cleansers and to only wash with water. And that's what cleared up my skin. And also, too, I can kind of get away with that because I don't wear makeup. I think if you wear makeup, yeah, you probably do need to wash your face with cleansers. Or, I mean, you could probably use coconut oil, but I feel like just not really. Occasionally in a blue moon, I'll wear bronzer, but I don't even feel like real excited to do that anymore. Like sometimes, like I got a little bit of henna on my eyebrows last night, but look, my eyebrows are natural too. But I just on my natural eyebrows, and I just really like accentuating my natural self. And I feel like to me, like you can eat some veggies, and that's more beneficial to you than buying like a product that promises you the world. Like, if you are going to cleanse your face, why don't you just go to CVS Pharmacy and buy something there? Like, please. Like, I don't know. Like, that's another thing, too. I get it. Okay. I get it. We all have to make money, all right? And it's great to have a sponsorship. Sponsorships are great. I haven't had a lot of them. I had a couple of them, all right? I had like three, but and I would never want to diss different sponsorships, but like one product that I got sent through a sponsorship, it broke after 4 months. It corroded on the inside, and I don't like to make a big deal about that, but I would be very hesitant to have ever recommended that product again. Like, just based on that, I'm not going to go back and say, oh, yeah, like, I don't want to put down something like that. But yeah, sometimes like different things that you get sent or different products that promise to do this, this, and this with your skin might not be exactly what they claim to be, but that's just my take on it. Like, I feel like less is more. I'm so much into doing less. But then again, at the end of the day, I don't really wear makeup. If you wear makeup, yes, I think you probably do need to wash your face. But for me, like, I haven't really had issues with like acne from the mask or anything. But one issue I did have, like with the mask for me, and a lot of people act like this is not a real issue, is like sometimes I just felt like anxiety if I wore a cloth mask, and they kept telling people that they had to wear cloth masks because they were going to take the paper ones away from medical health providers. But I just hope everybody knows, like, the paper masks they're selling like at CVS and Walmart, those are not medical paper masks. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. And I know because I looked at the back before I bought them every time, and they say that they're not for medical use. If a paper mask is for medical use, it's going to be through a medical, they're going to be selling it through a medical supplier, not to the general public. And I know back like in April and May, they said people shouldn't buy the medical mask because people are like over purchasing. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't really feel like anybody has to wear makeup either if they don't want to, because I think a lot of people are more attractive than society wants them to think, okay? Society's going to make people think that they're not attractive enough. And if they do wear makeup, like if you are going to wear makeup, like less is more. Like look at some of the 1940s tutorials. There's actually a really cool video on Glamour Days. It was kind of a cool channel where it was just this lady, she was giving some makeup advice to some teenage girls, and they did very minimal makeup. So if people are going to wear makeup, I think like be more minimal about it. Like this whole contouring thing, like I'm just like, I don't see the point. I think people are beautiful as they are, and I think a lot of like beauty comes from self-care, like taking care of yourself in other ways, not just putting things on your face. And my take on makeup is that the more you wear, like you get in this vicious cycle where you have to wash your face more. Like it just puts you kind of in a product cycle. So I like some products in my life, but I try to use less. And that's just been what works for me. And I think it can work for anybody really. But you have to decide what works best for you. So I always feel like, well, I don't really want to talk too much about the skincare topic because people get very heated and very passionate about it. But it's just been popping up a lot on our feeds lately. And I see like this is the whole new thing in the new year. And yes, having a sponsorship is cool, but just keep in mind at the end of the day, if a company sends you something saying that this is gonna fix your problems with your skin, like you want to be really careful. Like, okay, the one product I did get sent, and I would not have used it on my face like too often. Just my take on it was like a spin brush because I think that would be too harsh on your face. But the one thing I did think that the brush was great for was for my feet. Okay, for my feet, the spin brush was great. I loved it for that. I do think it's really beneficial for parts of your body that aren't quite as sensitive, like your feet, because people do get dry feet. So I thought it was great for that, but it broke after 4 months. It corroded on the inside. So I would have a really hard time recommending a product that does that. And I didn't do anything weird to it. It just sat in the shower. I guess it wasn't supposed to be in there, but it didn't say on the box like, oh, I can't be in the shower because I used it like every day when I showered. So I thought it was okay. So like that's another thing too. We just have to be really mindful about. That's all. Like, I just like to be mindful about the things I'm using. Like in the past, like I feel like, gimmicks kind of stuck me in. So I just say, less is more. Like think more before you buy something. And I also think too, like if you are struggling with acne, look, I'm not a dermatologist and I can't tell you what to do, but there's going to be a whole bunch of companies that aren't dermatologists either, and they're going to recommend like face cleansers to you. So you could just try, and there actually is something on YouTube. I'm not the only one. I looked into this for about a year before I started talking about it. There is like this group of people on YouTube that share that they stopped washing their face. Some stopped washing their face for a week. Some stopped washing their face for like a few months. And a lot of people had really good results for this. So if you don't believe me, like if you don't take my word for it, maybe just go on YouTube, type in, I stopped washing my face. That doesn't mean you can't put water on your face, but just Google it, like, or look on YouTube about it. There are people, and they're not promoting like really a product to you. It's just people sharing their personal skincare journey. And I feel like to me, that was the thing that made the difference. And I talked about this in another video, and my sister says she doesn't remember telling me this, but she was pregnant, okay? And she had horrible acne. Like, something just triggered the acne, so she said she stopped using face wash, and that cleared it up. Well, later she went on back to wearing makeup and using face cleansers, but she says she doesn't remember telling me that. But it's funny, that's kind of the thing in my life. Like, I'll be like, "You remember that?" And they'll be like, "Julia, I don't remember when I told you that." And I'm like, because I do remember things people tell me, like obscure little things. It was a long time ago. So but yeah, I remember when she told me that. And she was actually, I think she was 18 because she had a child young. She was 18 at the time, so it did clear up her face. And it actually was a few years before I even tried it after she had told me that. And so I don't know, like if you're struggling with acne, maybe like you don't have to do what I did, but you could go on YouTube and just Google "I stopped washing my face," and there's a lot of videos on there where people talk about how this is the thing that helped to clear up their face. But I would also recommend, if you're going that route, you're probably only wearing SPF, um, sunblock on your face. You're not, or like some sort of face lotion. You're not doing a lot of makeup. Like, so if you are into contouring and doing makeup, that's probably not going to work for you. But that's been my journey. Like, my hair care routine is the same as my face, because my face is just like my scalp, right? So when I came to the conclusion that over shampooing my hair might not be good for my hair, I kind of had also arrived to the same conclusion with my face, that maybe not overly washing, overly cleansing my face might be good. So if you're struggling with acne, why not try that? So, but I don't know, like a lot of people aren't open to my ideas, but I'm not the only one. Go on YouTube and not Google, search "I stopped washing my face" and just see what I'm talking about. So anyway, I don't recommend the charcoal toothpaste. I do recommend the natural whitening toothpaste. Like, there's different brands. I like those because they don't have like sweeteners in them. So much better. Uh, I do recommend like coconut oil. I love coconut oil. I use it in my hair. Not always this brand in my hair. Like, I have like this one that I've been putting in my hair like forever, the Manoi oil. This one smells good. But okay, even though I love the Dollar Tree, somebody said this one is $1 at the Dollar Tree, but at Food for Less for $3 you get one that's like 3.5 times that size. So you could go to like a grocery store and get coconut oil cheaper. So I just got this one because it was at the Dollar Tree that day. So I recommend coconut oil. I put some on my face sometimes, like I did against night. I also use face moisturizer. Sometimes I do henna. I don't know about henna all the time. Like, I think I'm gonna kind of take a break from henna because I probably did it too much recently. But yeah, so I kind of go more on the natural side of like hair care, face care. I still use lotion, like that's not 100% natural. You could make your own lotion, I guess. Like, I'm to the point I want to make my own conditioner. I really do. Like, I am playing around with next time I do wash my hair. I want to wash it with maybe coconut milk or something, or buy the Indian soap nuts. Like, I wanted to try that. Like, so yeah, I've been wanting to try some new and different things, but more on the naturalistic side of skincare, face care, and yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.